Welcome to my home, yogis. We're meeting here today because we can't meet at the Y. So we're bringing you a little bit of yoga for the comfort of your home. We're going to start today on our mat in a comfortable position. And if sitting on the floor is not comfortable for you, you can sit on a block or pillow. Whatever makes you feel good today. I invite you to close your eyes and just think about how you're feeling today. How is the body feeling? What's our emotional state? But first we'll start with our physical awareness. So closing the eyes if you haven't already. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Audible sigh. Just let it out. One more time through the nose. Audible sigh out of the mouth. Sealing the lips. Just noticing with that audible sigh how we released a little bit of tension. You may have felt your shoulders relax or your jaw relax. And those are good things that happen when we breathe. So we're going to bring our awareness into our physical world here and how we're feeling today. So scan down from the top of your head, down your body slowly, making notes how you're feeling, good, bad, cranky, tired, whatever it is. If we've got areas of our bodies that need a little love, like your shoulders or your wrist, we'll be mindful of that today as we move through our practice. Moving down the torso, down the hips, the knees, the feet, just making note of areas that feel great and some that maybe don't feel so great. We'll turn our awareness to our mental state today. How did you come to your mat? Anytime you come to your mat, it's great. So it doesn't matter if you came to the mat in a good mood or a bad mood or a sad mood or an anxious mood. Just being aware of it. And we're making notes, not making judgments or having emotions about it. Just information for our brains. So now we know where we stand with our physical body and our mental wellness. We're just going to draw our awareness to our breath as it moves into our body. Maybe you can feel it moving over your top lip. Maybe feel it fill up your lungs or your stomach. Everybody breathes a different way. You can feel your chest expand and your stomach sink as you exhale. Noticing the pace of your breath, the depth. Are you breathing shallow, quick breaths or slow, deep breaths? No right or wrong way, just making ourselves aware of how we are doing today. Still bringing our mind back to our breath. It'll want to run off, but we're going to draw it back to the rhythmic rising and falling of our chest, our stomach. Moving fresh air, light, and peace into our body. As we exhale, we just gather up any tension, any darkness, and we take the opportunity to expel it from our body, from our mind. And with our eyes closed, we just let every exhale soften those areas of our body that have become tense. Maybe they're chronically tense, like our shoulders. If you're holding your stomach in, go ahead and let it go with your exhale. Be softening the brow, the eyes, releasing your jaw. Just preparing yourselves to receive whatever will be given during your practice today. Taking a moment to think about why you're here on your mat. What are you hoping to accomplish or do by practicing today? One or two words that can draw us back to our mat and our goals throughout our practice. Inhaling and exhaling. eyes still closed. We're just aware of the world moving around outside of us. Maybe you hear children or dogs or cars. Acknowledging their presence, but not catching a ride on anything to draw our attention away from our mat. Just accepting that they're there with no emotion, no judgment, just information. We're going to start using our body along with our breath. So we're going to inhale and exhale, letting our arms straightening out. Inhale, we're going to lift the chest as a seated cat and cow would go. And exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the chin. You can open your eyes if you'd like. Inhaling and lifting. Exhaling and rounding. Taking the opportunity through our practice on our exhales to just let everything go. If it doesn't serve you a good purpose, we don't need it for the next little while that we're here together on our mats. And let's inhale, lifting the arms. Exhale, lowering the right arm to the floor. And take our left arm overhead, stretching the side body. Inhale and exhale. Shoulder away from the ear. Inhale. Letting the air go, letting the tension go. And inhale. And exhale. We're going to bring both arms up on the next breath. And we're going to release as we twist to our right. Opposite arm on the knee, lifting up as we inhale. Exhale and letting the breath go as we wring it out of our body. Turning our head gently, looking over our shoulder. Feeling a twist in our torso. Twists are great for digestion. We're going to relax that twist as we come to the center, lifting the arms, taking in our breath, and letting the breath go as we turn to the other side. Hand on the opposite knee, left hand behind us. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift. Exhale, twist and turn. Coming to the center, inhale, lifting the arms. Exhale, moving forward onto our hands and knees. Preparing for cat and cow, removing the spine. You're just rolling under, releasing the belly, allowing your hips to lift, lifting the chest. As you exhale, press into the hands, squeeze the glutes. And just move your cat and cow with your breath at whatever pace you enjoy. No right or wrong way. If you happen to have pain in your back, maybe just move up to the pain and not through it all the way, and then back out of it. And then eventually you might can move a little closer to it. But there's no need to go through any pain during our time on our mat today. And we're going to lower our glutes down to our heels, reach our arms forward into child's pose, letting your hips melt over your heels. You can take your knees wide. If by chance your knees don't like to be this compressed, you can bring your hips over your knees and lower your chest down for puppy pose. So there's a way for everybody to do yoga here. We're going to move through our earth salutation to warm up a little bit more. We're going to inhale, we'll lift our chest over our hand, staying on our knees. Exhale, eye of the elbow forward, elbows skim our body as we lower our chest to the floor. And we inhale, gentle squeeze of the glutes. Exhale, pressing into the earth and back into our child's pose. And do that again. We're making a nice circle here as we move forward with our breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, pressing down into the floor, sitting our glutes back. And coming forward, inhaling. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Press it back. And hanging out here for just a minute. Lowering your forehead to the mat, taking a breath. When you're ready, reaching the fingers to the top of your mat. Inhale, shoulders come forward. If you're not already in the center of your mat, go ahead and move there. We're tucking our toes underneath and with a neutral spine here. We're going to pull the belly button in, starting to lift our glutes to the ceiling where the wall and the ceiling meets, lifting up and pushing back into our hands and our arms. Knees can stay bent if that's good for your back or your hamstrings. You can also straighten the legs. And it may take a little bit of time to get warmed up before those heels go all the way to the floor. But in the meantime, you can walk your dog. Do what feels good to you. If it feels good to you to stay in one spot for just a couple of breaths, go ahead. Walking side to side. And holding here. Inhaling up onto the toes, gentle squeeze in the calves, and lowering down. We'll take the right leg and we're going to pick it up and we're going to walk forward to the front of our mat. Inhale halfway up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale lifting, reaching those arms up to the sky for our sun salutation. Exhale, hands over the heart. Letting the arms go. Inhale, lifting. Sending the breath out as our chest falls to the floor, pivoting, hinging from the hips. Arms fall to the earth. Relaxing the head. Inhale, flatten, make the neck long. Exhale, hands to the floor. You can step, jump, float, whatever you'd like to get to the back of your mat. We're in our high plank here. So when we do our sun salutation, you have the option of doing a chaturanga, which is a little bit harder, or you can do crocodile. We'll show crocodile first, going down to the knees, lowering the chest to the mat, and then pulling forward into upward facing dog. An upward facing dog, the tops of your feet gently kick into the floor. Knees are off your mat, glutes are squeezed, shoulders away from the ears. You can tuck the toes together or one at a time, sending your hips back into our downward facing dog. Holding here for a couple of breaths. Downward dog builds strength in the arms, flexibility in the legs, flexibility in your lats. And stepping forward with your right leg, then your left leg. Inhale halfway up, neck long. Exhale down. Inhale, press into the heels, gentle squeeze of the glutes, lifting and sending the breath out. Reaching up, heart opens, letting go, exhaling. Inhale, halfway up, make your neck long, back flat. Exhale, plant the hands. You can float or walk to the back of your mat. It's up to you. I'll show you chaturanga this time, or you can do crocodile. We're going to take the eye of our elbow forward, bending halfway down, and then hinging up and forward to our upward facing dog, shoulders away from the ears, faces relaxed, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. 2 more breaths. We're sending our the pits of our arms to the back of our mat. We're letting our head dangle. And from here, taking your right leg, you're going to bend at the knee, point the toe, and send it upward towards the ceiling. And from there, you're going to slowly bring it down as we move forward at our shoulders into our plank, drawing the leg forward. If you need to give it a little help with your hand, feel free to do so. And from here, lowering the knee down, keeping the toe tucked under. We're going to inhale into a low lunge. And exhale, hands to either side of the foot. Press into the earth, lifting that back toe, step back into downward facing dog. Bending the left knee, pointing the toe, taking the heel to the glute, and then lifting it up to the sky. And as we slowly move forward into our plank, lifting up on the back toe, pulling the knee forward, taking it between the hands. You can use a little help, go for it. Lower the back knee. Inhale, lifting, low lunge, shoulders away from the ears. Hands on either side of the foot. Press into the earth, lift the back knee, step back into our downward facing dog. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. You can bend the knee, prepare to either walk or float to the front of your mat. It's up to you. Inhale halfway up. Make your neck long. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up and lifting. Taking in everything good that the world has for us. And exhaling the bad out. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, forward fold. Press into those heels. Make your neck long as you inhale. Halfway lift. Working the backs of our legs here. Working the back of our neck. Place the hands on the floor. Step or float to the back of your mat. We're going to land lightly, whatever we do. From here, we're going to either do your crocodile or your chaturanga. It's up to you. Upward facing dog. Tucking the toes. Downward facing dog. Bending the right knee, sending it up to the sky. Pulling it through, planting it between your legs. Lower the knee down, inhale up. And exhale, hands to the floor. You can do another low lunge, or you can make the back leg long. Inhale up into our high lunge. If you'd like to go back and deeper into a crescent lunge. Palms together, taking a twist. Press into the arms, lifting, creating space between the torso and the knee. And back to the center, hands on either side. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Good, lifting the tailbone, sinking the chest. Inhale. Bending the left knee, pointing the toe, sending it up, nice and straight. Flowing it through between the hands, placing it on the earth. Right knee goes down to the floor. Inhale, lifting up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor. Making the back leg long and straight. Pulling the belly button in. Engage your heel. We're going to lift for a high lunge or crescent lunge if you'd like to lean back. Hands together. Making our twist, elbow to the knee. Spine is long, lifting, creating space. Good, lowering the hands to the floor. Stepping back into our downward facing dog. Good, inhaling forward into plank. Taking the elbows to the floor. We're going to rotate our body over onto our left elbow, stacking our feet. If you'd like to stagger them, you can. Bending at the knee with our tree pose. And straightening the leg, letting the hand circle behind you into our center plank here. Belly button pulled in tight. Body weight onto the right shoulder. Lifting the arm, lifting the hips. Stacking the feet if you like, or stagger. Lifting the foot. Pushing the hips to the ceiling. And sending the leg down, letting the arms circle around. Elbows underneath us here. And we're just going to walk our feet forward into our dolphin plank. Pressing the heels to the earth. Breathing. And feet walking back into our plank position. Good. Up onto the right hand. Up onto the left hand. Downward facing dog. And bending the knees into our child's pose. Resting your head on the mat. Remembering your intention, your 1 or 2 words to keep you focused. And reaching the hands forward. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, bringing it over the hands. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes. And downward facing dog. Bending the knees, gazing between the hands, floating or walking to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway up with a long neck. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, hands over the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up with a strong, straight neck. Exhale, planting those hands, floating or walking back. Chaturanga or your crocodile. Tuck in the toes, make it flat. Shoulders away from the ears. Tuck toes, downward facing dog. Right leg goes straight up. And pulling it through, placing in between the hands. Knee comes to the earth. Inhale, low lunge. And exhale, hands to the earth. Straightening the leg. Inhale, high lunge. Good. Hands together. Making our bind and our twist. Excellent. Opening the arms if you'd like. Into the center. Walking our hands forward. Lifting that back leg. Revolved half moon. Opening the arms. Sending your energy through your back heel. Lowering the hands down. We're going to walk our hands back, placing our foot on the floor for warrior 1. Inhale, lift. And exhale, clasping the hands behind us, lifting the chest. And exhale, sinking down. Submitting, letting go. Let your head dangle. Sinking down as far as comfortable for you. Releasing the arms, stepping back, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, floating or walking to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway up, exhale all the way down. Inhale, lifting, reaching, and exhale, hands over the heart. Inhale, lift, and exhale, forward fold. Halfway with a strong neck. Exhale, plant those hands, float or walk to the back of your mat. Chaturanga or crocodile. Upward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts straight back with an inhale. Exhale, flow it through. Plant it between the hands. Let the back knee touch the floor. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor, straightening the back leg. Inhale, high lunge. Good. Making the palms come over your heart, elbow to knee. Lengthening, lifting, straightening the back leg. Press into the leg. Turn to the center, walk the hands forward, lifting your back leg, planting your right hand for our revolved half moon, lifting the left arm to the sky, turning and looking at it if you like, and letting the arm fall to the floor, walking our hands back into warrior 1. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands clasped behind us, roll the shoulders open, lifting, and then submitting our chest to the ground. As far as comfortable for you, stretching our chest here, sinking, letting the hands release, place them on the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Coming forward into our plank, down into our low plank, body weight onto the left arm, feet stacked, lifting the hand, and taking the leg, top leg into our lower leg, lifting the hips, reclining tree, release, back to the center, other side, stacking the hips, the feet, Lift the arm, planting the foot into the thigh, lifting, and releasing the arm to the center here, and walk the feet closer, pressing the heels down into our dolphin plank. Walking it back, up onto the arms, downward facing dog, onto the knees, and releasing the hands behind us, relaxing the head to the floor. Deep breath, remembering our intention. One hand underneath the shoulder, other hand helping ourselves up into a seated position, tucking the toes underneath us. Stretch for our feet here. We're going to take our right arm behind us, left arm behind us. We're going to lift the chest, gentle squeeze of the shoulders, feeling a stretch through our thighs. You can lift your glutes if you want to feel a little bit more in your front of your legs. And releasing to the front. And onto hands and knees here. Tucking the toes under, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, floating or walking to the top of your mat, gazing between your hands. And when you're ready, inhale halfway up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, lifting to the very top. Exhale, hands over the heart. Dropping the hands, taking your breath. Exhale, letting it leave our body as we hinge at our hips. Halfway up, neck long. Exhale, plant the hands, float or walk to the back of your mat, chaturanga or crocodile, upward facing dog, tucking the toes, downward facing dog, right leg lifting straight back, pulling it through, knee on the floor, inhale, low lunge, lifting, sinking our hips, and exhale, hands to the floor, making the back leg straight, inhale, lifting, high lunge, good. Crescent lunge, palms together, going for our twist here. Spine is long, pressing into the knee, opening the arms, and releasing to the center, walking the hands forward, lifting that left leg, hips are square to the earth, left hand on the floor, pull your belly button in, and opening the right arm for revolved half moon. Letting the arm float down, sinking our leg back into our warrior one. Inhale, lift. And exhale, hands interlace behind our back, roll the shoulders, lift the chest, lifting, reverse. And then exhaling, sinking, letting our chest drop as low as we'd like. If you'd like to release the arms, and go for a bind, you can take the right arm underneath, left arm over the top, creating a bind with our hand, opening the chest, pressing into that right leg, and releasing, hands on either side of the knee, stepping back, downward facing dog, and inhale, left leg lifting, exhale, pull it through. Place the knee on the floor, lifting, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the earth, straightening that back leg. Inhale, high lunge or crescent lunge. Exhale, hands together, the twist, opening, pressing. Open the hands if you like. Back to the center, hands on the floor, guiding yourself forward, lifting the back leg. Right hand is on the floor, hips are square to the earth. Flex the foot, lift the left arm and twist, revolve, half moon. chest to the floor for our warrior one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release the arms behind the back, roll the shoulders, lifting the chest, and sinking down. Whatever's comfortable for you. You can release the arms if you'd like and take the bind. The left arm is underneath the knee, right arm behind our back. Open the chest and lift. And from here, we can walk the back leg up one, standing onto that right leg, lifting for a bird of paradise. Extend the leg out if you like, and releasing it to the floor. Good, taking a moment here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. And just letting our body weight stretch out the back of our legs. So you're at the top of your mat here. We'll do bird of paradise on the other side. We're going to step back with our left leg. If you'd like to try it, you're more than welcome to. Taking that right arm underneath the leg, reaching behind you, intertwining the hands, stepping forward, 1 and 2, up onto the toe, bracing the abs, standing up onto that one foot. You can stay here, or you can extend the legs straight. And releasing, inhaling, and exhaling, forward fold. Shaking the head out, holding the elbows, letting the body weight sink our hips to the floor, sink our heels to the floor. Take your hands onto the earth, walk your feet out about hip width apart, bending at the knees, and coming into our Malasana pose. Palms together, chest uplifted. You can stay here if you'd like, or you can move into crow. So for our crow pose, we're going to come up onto our toes, place our hands on the floor with the fingers digging into the earth from the last joint to the tip of our finger. Engage that. Gentle squeeze of the upper arms with our inner thighs. So give that a squeeze. 1, 2, 3. And release. And squeeze. 1, 2, 3. And release. And squeeze again. 1, 2, 3. And release. Up onto the toes, lifting the glutes just a tiny bit. Squeeze the upper arms, gazing at an angle in front of your mat, leaning forward, lifting the feet one at a time off the floor, engaging those fingers, lifting, lifting, gentle squeeze of the legs. Coming out of it when it's comfortable for you. Into your child's pose. Resting on your mat. I'm going to come up onto our knees and move onto our glutes. So we start to move towards our Shavasana pose. Do a little stretching for the hamstrings and the hips. Sending the left leg to the end of the mat, bending your knee a little bit to begin with if you want to, and working our way to straight. So you can start with your hands behind your thigh. You can move them up to your calf. You can take your 2 fingers and grab your big toe. It's whatever's comfortable for you. Left leg is straight and you're trying to touch the wall with the bottom of your foot. So you're sending that leg away from you. Breathing, sinking the shoulders. You take the left arm out to the side, inhale, allowing the right leg to lower down to the earth. Trying to rotate the toes to the floor and the heel to the ceiling. Relaxing the face and the shoulders and the hands. bending at the knee, bringing it to the center here. Left foot on the floor, take the right ankle over the left knee. Hands are sliding behind the left thigh, pulling everything in. And a little bit more of a stretch, extend the left leg up straight. Or you can compress the knee, whatever feels good for you. Figure 4 stretch, great for the glutes. And we're going to send the right leg to the end of our mat, extending the left leg up. You might start bent and then you work your way straight. We normally have one leg that's a little more flexible than the other. Thinking about sinking our femur into our hip socket. Also with our right leg, our foot is flexed. We're trying to touch the wall at the bottom of our foot. Working our hands up to our ankle if you can. Right arm goes out to the side and left. Move over. Letting the legs sink to the earth. Give it a moment. Breathe into it. Relax. Elongate your exhale. Rotating the heel to the ceiling. Feeling a stretch in the inner thigh. And bending the knee. Bringing it back to the center. Right foot on the floor. Left ankle goes over the knee. Just gently press it out. Reach behind the right leg. Pulling it in. Same options for this leg. Take it straight. You can bend the knee. Whatever gets you the best stretch for that left glute. Breathing. Relaxing. And releasing the foot to the floor. Left foot to the floor. I'm going to do a stretch for our neck. Rolling up into our bridge pose. Interlacing the hands underneath our bottom. We'll start to work our shoulders underneath our chest and our back. Pressing into our heels, lifting our glutes, which in turn will elongate our neck, stretching our traps. Breathing. And slowly release, working our shoulders out from underneath us. Lowering the back to the floor. Right knee to the chest, left knee to the chest. Pulling both knees in. Breathing. Sort of gently tugging our tailbone to the earth. From here, if you'd like to move into happy baby, you're more than welcome. Grab the outside of the feet, pressing the knees down on the outside of the body. And releasing. Arms out wide like a T. Feet to the floor. Letting our legs lower down to the right side. Turning our head to the left. Twisting, breathing. Just close the eyes. Let your body start to relax. Let your chest unfurl. melting into those areas where your chest and your shoulder meet, right below the collarbone. And bring your knees back to the center, holding them here for breath. And lower them down to the other side. Turning, looking in the opposite direction. Once again, allow the face to soften. Your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Get your hands open. And back to the center, preparing ourselds for Shavasana, taking any last stretches that your body feels it needs. So you're going to lay flat with your feet towards the end of your mat. If you have any lower back pain, you can take a pillow or a blanket and put it under your knees. If your neck hurts, you can put that same pillow underneath your head. Since you're at home, if you'd like to turn the lights out or put a towel over your face. Warn the children not to make any noises for the next few minutes as we do our Shavasana. So I'm going to guide you through this. Go ahead and close the eyes. And just let your body sink into your mat, settling in, having a sense of peace and joy for completing your yoga for the day. And our one final pose, our Shavasana. So breathe in and out. Let your body soften. Allowing your breath to keep you present and guide you through your Shavasana. Shavasana is corpse pose. It's dead to the world. We're alive on the inside. We're rejuvenating our body and our mind, being at peace, letting go, submitting, and relaxing. Draw your awareness to your breath, to your inhale, and to your exhale, getting to know it, how it moves, how deep, the length of your inhale and your exhale. Each breath is different. Paying special attention to each one. Move the breath in our body and out. We're going to send our breath to our feet, allowing our toes, tops of our feet, the bottom of our feet, our heels, our ankles to relax, to let go. Relaxing the calves, letting them feel heavy, melting into your mat, into the knees and the thighs, front of the thighs, the back of the thighs. Every time you exhale, feel your body sinking a little bit deeper into your mat, into a restful state, letting the stomach go, allowing the hips, the glutes, and the lower back to become one with your mat, melting, releasing, sending your breath into your torso, around your rib cage, lower back, middle back, sinking, melting, feeling heavy, at peace. Relaxing the upper back, the chest, feel your body opening, resting the shoulders, down each of the arms, to our forearms, to our hands, opening our palms, letting go of anything we're holding on to that doesn't help us. There's something holding you back. Let it go. As you exhale, feel it leaving your body. Letting that peacefulness move up the back of your neck, back of your head, to your forehead, smoothing the brow, allowing the eyes to sink into their sockets, releasing the jaw, peeling the tongue off the mouth, the roof of the mouth, feeling your chin, your jaw relax, front of your throat opening, completely relaxed from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. Just breathing into that, allowing yourself to become more relaxed with every exhale. Inhale, drawing our breath in. Exhale, slowly sinking. Resting our awareness on that wave-like motion of our breath moving in and out. Bring our awareness to our breath, to our body, scanning down as we breathe in, noticing how we feel mentally and physically. Remembering our intention, allowing ourselves to feel gratitude for the hard work that we've done, but also for the few moments that we were able to slow down, to rest, the time that you deserve. You deserve this time just for you. Bringing some movement into your body, into your fingers and your toes. As you breathe in, allow yourself to feel light, unburdened, happy, energetic, ready to take on the world, ready to let your light shine. And when you're ready, you can roll over to the side, bringing your knees up, resting your head on your arm. One more moment just for you. Enjoy it. Soak it up. Appreciate it. You deserve it. Using your strong arms to meet me in a seated position, with your eyes closed, hands resting on your knees or in your lap. Neck is long, and as we exhale, just allow yourself to let go a couple more times. Feel your eyes soften, feel your neck release. And let's take a deep breath. Inhale, palms over our head. And exhale, hands over our heart. It's my honor and pleasure to be with you today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, yogis, for joining me today. On behalf of the YMCA of Powdersville, we thank you very much. Hope you have a peaceful and happy rest of the day. Goodbye.